So in this video, we're going to use JSoup to scrape SalesRank information off of Amazon, a whole bunch of different Amazon sites. And we're going to overcome some of the issues where Amazon thinks we're a bot. Hello. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to start a quick web scraping project for Amazon. And we're going to use JSoup for that. So let me just get this started up. uk.co.compendium dev, let's call it Amazon Scraper. I don't have this on Amazon GitHub yet, but I will do by the time you watch the video. Let me just get this set up. Enable auto import, blah blah blah. So what we need then, let's just have a quick look at what we're doing. So what I'm going to do is on Amazon, one thing I want to do is I want to track the sales positions of some of my books. I don't have any tools to do that. Let's have a quick look. But I have a few books on Amazon. So here's one, Dear EvilTester. It's on, oops, I don't want that second one. So we've got it here as a paperback and a Kindle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape the SalesRank. Now the reason I'm doing this is I could use the API. Yeah, let's have a look. Amazon API SalesRank. So it's the product advertising API. And in order for this to work, I need to be an affiliate, essentially, of all these different sites. And I can't be bothered. Can't be bothered doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come to the page and I'm just going to scrape the data. That seems easy, right? What could be easier than just come at the page and scraping the data? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use JSoup to do this. JSoup.org. It's a simple Java library that lets me go to web pages and essentially scrape the URLs. So what I need to do is in my dependencies in Maven add this. What I shall also do is add in JUnit. Let's add JUnit. Let me get one of my other. Just going to copy paste this from another project that is off the screen. There we go. So I should be good to go. Let me just create a new package. And it's in test. So I'm just going to create a quick test here for new Java class. I'll call this scrape sales rank Amazon. Can scrape sales rank. Easy. So what I need to do then, I'm just going to take the URL. So what's good about the Amazon URLs is we've got this stuff in here, but all I really need is the DP part. So that works across all the different, that format for Amazon URLs will work across all the different formats for Amazon, every country. So that is the paperback. So let me just make a note of that. Because I am going to essentially write something that scrapes the data for the Dear EvilTester paperback and ebook, Java for Testers paperback, ebook, and the out of print, essentially Selenium simplified ebooks. And I'll just build this up and I'll maintain it over time as a utility for me to see how well or otherwise these books are moving, because I don't have any insight into that. Right, so one thing I need to do then is, first of all, connect JSoup into this. The way I'll do that is with JSoup, I do JSoup or JScoop, JSoup.connect. I'll put the URL in there as a string. I'll enter to get that in, import class, there we go. Then what I want is, let's follow redirects and execute. So there's a bunch of ways I could finish this off. I can do execute, I can do get, which will return the document. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use execute to get the response, because then I can process that later. So if I say response equals connect, and what it's complaining about here is the try catch. Let's stick that in, and then let's create this field here, create local variable response. Thank you. I'll just move this outside of the try catch so I've got access to it in the test. And you can see what I'm doing is I'm not thinking too much, I'm just writing the code because I will refactor all this later. Right, so I've now got a response. So if response dot status code equals 200, then I'm going to do stuff. Okay, now it's initialized, even though it's initialized to null. So let's just check that. Does not equal null. And status code is 200. Then we can do things. So what do I want to do? Well, let's just check. Let's have a quick look. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm not writing tests for this, let's just, I get the response, I parse it to get a document. Then with the document, I'll get the HTML. So what I'm just going to do here is system.out.println. And we should have something that works now. Oh, there's another exception. Try catch that. Boom. So let's run this. So because I'm not writing test driven, what I am doing is I'm doing testing as I go. So I'm writing some code, I'm running it, see if it works. So if this should output to the console, and hopefully it's the HTML for that page. Huzzah. So let's go into, get rid of that, get rid of that. Now at some point, I mean, I'm pretty sure that using the API is going to be better. Using the API is generally better. So let's get the ebook thing here. So let's inspect this. SalesRank. Code. So I'm going to have to find this, then parse this. Okay, so that's not super nice. So let's first of all, we've got the thing, we've got the, let's put this in a document. Doc equals response dot parse. Let's import that, and let's try catch this. So I have a document which represents that, and let's format this here. So assuming that we're able to get a document and we're able to parse it, what am I going to do? So I'm going to doc dot, and the way I find things in JSoup is with select. And what I want to select is the, what was it called? SalesRank, I think. SalesRank. So I want to select the SalesRank. That should give me an element. What gives me an element? Let's call it SalesRanks. But I'm only expecting one of them. So SalesRanks dot, what is there first? There we go. And let's check if that works. System.out.println SalesRank.html. Yes, there we go. Let me run that. So that should go off to the page, parse it, then find that ID, then give me that small subset of HTML back. There we go, small subset of HTML. So what I want to do is I want to get that. So I'm going to use a regex for that. So let's just hack this out. Regex 101, that will do. So I like to use a regular expression tester here because I'm not very good at this. So what I want is something after this B tag, because this is going to be in different languages. So I'm assuming, let's check in German. So SalesRank. So I'm assuming that Amazon have a template, and they basically go, here's the Amazon bestseller template, stick that in B, in a B tag. Then we have that with the hash. Then we have it, and we've got a full stop in there, but we have a comma in there, and here is the Kindle one, .com, and that has the hash with lots of commas. That's an ebook. Is this the ebook as well? Alright, what I meant was the paperback. Show me the paperback. SalesRank. Oh, and the paperback doesn't have the hash. Okay, so whatever regular expression we do, it must account for this, and it must account for a hash, and it must account for a bunch of other stuff. So in that case, let's check for that. So we want B, and this has to be escaped. I'll stick a colon in to try and get the first one. There we go, colon, that. Then we've got a bunch of characters. Then we've got so we've either got some white space or a hash. Then we've got, and I want to capture this, 0 to 9, comma, and a bunch of them, one or more. There we go. So that regular expression will match this one. So in German, what was it? It was, I'm just copy and pasting it to get it as close as we can. So space. Okay, so we need a different regular expression for that. Oh, that's because of that dot. Oh, well, we need a dot, don't we? So that's going to be annoying. So can I say that? So that matches that. Does it still match the previous one if I get rid of this? Yes, and if I put that in. Okay, well, let's try that. Let's see what happens. So we've got the first one. There's the HTML. So what I want to do is paste that in. IntelliJ will escape everything for me. Let's make that a string. So now, Java regular expressions pattern. I want to compile that. Let's import the regular expression. There we go. So p equals, just to have that in a variable, although I only think I'm going to use that once. Then what I want to do, I want to create a matcher for it. So p dot matcher, and I want it to match the SalesRank HTML that we had there. And then what I need to do is, we're using this matcher on that HTML, say find. So then I want to say if we found something, then process it, else, let's just write out there, system.out.println could not find sales rank. So, assuming if SalesRanks.size is greater than 0, so if there was 1, then we'll process it. This way, if this can't match, we do have 1, but we haven't been able to pull it out, so we could not find SalesRank with regex, and that means there's something wrong with my regex. M.find. Now, what I want to do then is, let's have sales rank value equals, and I want to get the value from the matcher, and the value is in a group, and it's in the first group, and we can see that in here in the online regular expression texter. It's telling me that the 0, 1 has matched this. Group 1 is the thing that we pulled out there, 21.96. So I've got a string. I want to do a replace all for any full stop, so slash dot, or slash dot with, so that will get rid of any full stops, and then I want to get rid of any question marks, not question marks, why would there be question marks? That would be interesting. Any commas. So that should give me a sales rank value. Let me pull that out. And let's finish by, let's print that out. There we go. So let me run that test. I should see in the system.out the value that we've got for Amazon.com, if that works. Ooh, exciting. And there we go, there's the sales rank, and I can see it is in there, so I don't actually need that system.out anymore. Where is that one? So What I need to do now then is expand this to the different websites, and they all have this format. So what we'll do, let me create a list of strings for the Amazon URLs, URL formats. Yes, let's do that. Let's import these. So I need to create then add this one. I'll make these so that I have to use string.format on it. I guess what I should do is put the country, but I'll just add that in as a comment here for the moment. So there's right, let's have Brazil. I don't even know if my book is listed on these sites. So let me just. Okay, let's just finish up with Spain. I can expand this out. Guess what I'm doing at this point is just the principle of the thing. So now I have a bunch of Amazon URL formats. What I really want to do is for each of those URL formats. So I don't want to connect to that. What I want to do is connect to let's call it URL format, and then put the value in. So where's URL format going to come from? Well, let's have a for loop for string URL format in Amazon URL formats. And we want all of that in the loop. I think I've got a bracket in the wrong place. String.format course. That looks good. Alright, so now in theory, if I've done that right, it should loop over all of these. So let's have a system.out for the URL we're going to use. So let's, before we do the URL, so let's take this. Not the URL, the URL. Let's create a local variable for that. URL equals that. Let me just print that to the console. So now I see the URL that it's accessing. Then I will see the sales rank, hopefully, if that works, assuming it's listed. So let's have a look. Let's run this test. So that's it on .com. Didn't find one on .co.uk for some reason. Just found it on France, not Germany. 404 on Brazil, so we're probably not listed in Brazil. Let me take that out. Italy, couldn't find one, so that didn't match on Spain. Okay, so not quite as good as it could be. Let's see what happened on .co.uk then. This is the paperback. Let me inspect that. So guess what I should do? In this code where we're matching the regex, so this is printing out a sales rank of nothing. So let's see. If sales rank value dot length is less than 1. Then let's print out the HTML we tried to look at. System.out.println SalesRank.html. So now, hopefully, instead of seeing the sales rank, I'll see that we couldn't print something out. Let's run that test again. See, this is the benefit of not using the API. If I had used the API, I wouldn't have to do any of this parsing because it would be obvious. And what have I done wrong now? What have I done wrong? Okay, then let's have a quick look. That should be in the console now. What have we got? Oh, sorry, to make sure you're not a robot. Enter the characters. Okay, so it knows we're a robot. That's why we're not getting any results. So I might then need to put some headers in JSoup. I need to put a .userAgent in. So in that connection, follow redirects true .userAgent. So let's get some user agents. In fact, let's use the user agent here. Make a request. Let's copy that. Okay, let's see what happens. See if that makes any difference. Okay, let's just stop, start again, see what happens. Run that. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Just adding in the header made a difference. That's much better. So there we go. When you're scraping websites, you have to do, a lot of them are getting much better, making sure they're not easy to automate or hack or anything like that. So putting in the user agent is a nice giveaway to pretend that you are not a what's the word, bot, even though we are. So that is the URL for the, so the paperback. Let's try the Kindle version. So again, this is just a hack, proof of concept. Have a look at how JSoup works, that kind of thing. Let's see what happens with the ebook. So we haven't got anything back from France. Let's have a quick look at France. There we go. It's not in France, so that's fine. Or it's not selling in France. Doesn't mean it's not in France. Germany, it's selling. India, it's selling. Italy, it's not selling. What's the matter with you people? There we go. There we go. So, what we've done. This is a very crude web scraper. But what we've had to do, what we've found we've had to do is put the user agent in to make sure that we can scrape properly. We're using regex to pull information off the page. We're using the response so that I can actually check the status code. If I just did a get instead of an execute, I would get the actual document that we parse here. Now I could build on this. I could build on this to make a tool, but what I've seen is the hassle of trying to create and maintain this regex probably means I should use the API. So if given the choice between using an API or scraping the website, it's only under extreme circumstances that we scrape the website, and really I should be using the API. But that was a good proof of concept to me, and this is probably the most important bit in terms of this presentation, how to use JSoup with the user agent. And you saw how I scraped that user agent out of the network tools in Chrome in the first place. So I hope that was somewhat useful. I probably won't put this code on GitHub, but I'll have a blog post and I'll put this code in the blog post, and you can copy and paste it from there if you really want to. Thank you very much.